development and giving society knowledge to how to solve problems through science research. Let's see together without proof when you are in the Faculty of Administrative Science. More than 10,000 graduate
For Pak
students,
Hefri, please stop
excellent work as
our
admin.
video profile.
So, what are you waiting for? Come
Pak Hefri,
and join us.
please stop our video profile. Check, check. Good afternoon, Mr. Marco Brunazzo. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all of you.
We have several problems in our connection. Please wait. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Don't worry. I can wait. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm here.
Thank you very much. For Mr. Marco Brunaso, for your information, our committee already sent agreement, a speaker agreement to you. Please
Thank
check.
you. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I already sent the agreement back to Dr. Ali Masur.
Oh yeah, thank you very much for your information. For all students, Please turn on your video camera. Well, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third session of 3N program in Public Administration Study Program. I'm Rizky. It's my pleasure to be a moderator for this session. After today's discuss about fiscal and budget policy, today we will explore different topic. Of course, this topic will give you extra knowledge as well as widen your opportunity, maybe to expand your study abroad in Italy or working at one of the best ministry in Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to both our special speaker, Assault Prof. Marco Brunaso from University of Trento and partner Faisal Ahmad, PhD from Ministry of Finance. Good afternoon, Mr. Marco Brunaso.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Nice to meet you. For your information, partner Faisal Ahmad will be late for this session. He will join us as soon as possible. All right, before we starting the session, I will invite to our head of study program, Pak Fayadillah Amin, PhD, to give us some words. Please, Pak Amin, time is yours.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good morning to my special guest, my special friends, Marco Brunaso. How are you today?
Very good, thank you. And you?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm very good, thank you. It's happy see you again this today. Already afternoon, nearly evening here, and then just still morning in Italy, right? Okay, then again, thank you. And also, as mentioned by the moderator just then, that the another speaker, Mr. Nur Faisal, PhD, will be a little bit late because he is not still having kind of meeting in his office, and then he will be joining as soon as possible after the meeting already finished. Well, for Dr. Marco, as we already discussed earlier, that today we will have kind of brief orientation from you regarding the living in Italy in general, and in particular living in Trento, or maybe also studying at Trento University. So hopefully it will be inspiring for my students who are already joining in this event. So they will be encouraged, they will be interested in studying or in visiting Italy, in particular Trento University, I guess. So because, you know, I just guess that maybe 100% or maybe almost 100% my students who are joining as today hasn't been Italy so far until now. So hopefully your orientation, your introduction regarding living in Italy and also in Trento University will be kind of motivation and inspiration for them. So they will be encouraged to go abroad, particularly in Italy. If I'm not mistaken, I already told you as well that for the existing collaboration with some foreign universities, maybe in ASEAN or maybe Southeast Asia and in within Asia, our university, Brawijaya University, has already some existing collaboration, which is the pattern of collaboration. Usually, we send some student to study abroad around 1 semester or 2 semester, or even for the very short term, around one month, something like this. Like we usually conduct collaboration with Burapa University in Thailand. I think you already know. Yeah, with Burapa usually we send students around 10 or maybe 15 students, but only for short visit around 10 around 1 month visit. But with other university, usually we provide kind of opportunity for them to study abroad around 1 semester or maybe a couple of semester if it's possible. So hopefully there will be brief explanation, brief orientation, brief introduction for you about the academic system or maybe studying system in the university where you work now, which is in Trento University, and also the general condition over there. And then also maybe my students also are interested to know about for example, the opportunity to get a scholarship, for example, scholarship, even though it's not covered to all expenses for their study, but maybe in particular for accommodation or maybe for airfare or something. Maybe if there will be, there is kind of the scholarship from your from the university where you work, it will be very good news for them or maybe for us. So it will be beneficial information to share with them. I think I cannot take much time, so Dr. Marco will have plenty time to explain everything, even though it is still a brief orientation, but hopefully there will be a lot of beneficial information that we get from him. Okay, thank you very much. Back to moderator.
Thank you very much, Pak Amin. Well, at this part, we will listen to Associate Prof. Marco Bunasu first to introduce to us about University of Trento, and later Pak Nur Faisal Ahmad will introduce to us about Ministry of Finance. Please, for all my students, explore anything to or about special speakers. You could use raise your hand feature in Zoom, use chat in Zoom, or use Slido. We will inform you if you are eligible to ask. All right, do not wasting time anymore. I would invite Associate Prof. Marco Bunasu to be the first speaker. Please, okay. Associate Prof. Marco Bunasu, team is yours.
Thank you very much, Rizky, for giving me the floor, and thank you very much also to Amin for his kind words. I have to say that this meeting in the morning, in the Italian morning, is very, very nice for me. And this week until now, and I'm sure also tomorrow, has been very, very a very good opportunity to meet very interesting, very nice people and very good students. So thank you very much again for the invitation to speak with you, to talk with you, and I really, really hope that it will be possible to meet very soon in person in Indonesia, or I hope in Trento. And this is why I'm presenting the University of Trento to you, because I would really like that you, professors and colleagues, but also your students, will be able to apply to our programs. Um, let me just say that uh, living in Italy in general, uh, it's interesting, and because Italy is a nice place. I know that I have a conflict of interest, but since I am Italian, for sure, I cannot say that living in Italy is the worst experience in life. So no, it's nice. Italy is a very interesting place, and this is why we have a lot of tourists coming to Italy, because we have among the most beautiful places in Europe: Rome, Venice, Milan. I mean, so every place is beautiful, but many Europeans would like to live in Italy because Italy is nice. Um, Trento is in a very special part of Italy because and it is up in the north. It is close to close to Austria. So it's a special region, let's say, because it's in the heart of the Dolomites. So it's very um, mountaineer region. So we have high mountains, as I will show you in few minutes. Italy is very different. It's very different from the north and from the south. In general, I would say that the northern part of Italy is much more well organized, and the University of Northern Italy in general are better organized and offer the best program in Italy. And Trento is a very special also because we are in a special region, in a special autonomous region. Italy is not a federal state. Italy is a regional state. So we have 20 regions. But Trento is in a special autonomous province. It means that we are almost like a little federal state in a regional uh, nation. So Italy is a regional state, but Trento has has a special autonomy, and this is why the University of Trento is special in a way, because we are autonomous for many of our decisions from the national government. So we are uh, some way independent from the national government. As I said, Trento is in a very nice region, and very different from Indonesia. And in order to show you how different it is from Indonesia, I'll show you a brief video introducing introducing the region. Um, why I prefer to start from the region and not from the university, because the university is a very well linked at the local with the local dynamics. So it's a medium-sized university in a small territory, so it has a huge impact on our territory, but the university is also very international because of its position in the geography of Europe. So please allow me to show you this 3 minutes video about Trentino, the autonomous province in which the University of Trento is located. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. And you have seen really well, some of the peculiarities of the territory. And in this specific, I mean, territory, the University of Trento is important, and it's let's say a very important institution, not only for the territory, but it is one of the best university in Italy, and among the best universities in Europe. It's a young university because it has been founded in 1962. So it's a very recent university, and it's a medium-sized university. We have 17,000 students enrolled, and we don't want too much students. We prefer to have a small number of students because we want to follow them very, I mean, with attention, so very carefully. And And so this is why all the programs of the university um, are with a specific numbers of enrollment. So the students that want to apply to our BA or MA or PhD is selected. So each year we decide how many students we enroll to the first year, and in order to, I mean, well, because we want to offer to our students very good services, and so we don't want, like many other Italian universities, 30,000 students or even 100 students. We want a very small group of students, and we want very, let's say, very motivated students. I'll show you just another brief video of introduction to the university, more specifically. Let me check this one. And after, I will go deeply into this, the presentation of the university. No, wait, sorry, okay. No, I'm not sure you can see it, so let me, okay, I'll do it like this. Sorry,
Marco,
can you see it? No, okay.
Yeah, I
so
cannot see it.
I'll make another okay, let me check. Okay, now I think you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is uh, the main numbers of the University of Trento. So it's yeah, I mean, I think it's a nice place to study. Um, when I have been students here, I've before. I'm not originally from Trento. I just came here for studying my uh, degree in several years ago. And after I went in other Italian universities, and I have been abroad for some years. And but after I decided to come back because, as I said, University of Trento is very good. It's very good, and it is nice, and it is even nice to live in Trento because Trento is a very small city. Is a 100,000 inhabitants city, so it's very small, and this is perfect for our students because everything is very close. Um, Students can move around the city by walk or by bicycle. It's a safe city, and it's a city with a high quality of life. Maybe the best city in Italy for the quality of life. Please come to visit Trento, to visit us. Please apply to our program. Um, Trento, the University of Trento. I'll show you now the presentation. The University of Trento is. Um, let me check this one. As I said, is in the heart of Europe, very close, around 150 kilometers from Austria, and this is important because the university uh, is very international also because of its position. This is a region in which Trento is in a region in which there is a strong minority speaking in German because of the position of the university. And many of the programs of the University of Trento are taught in English. So Trento is in this beautiful place in the heart of the Alps, particularly in the region of the Dolomites, that it has been recognized in UNESCO by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. And it's a place where people and students can go to the university in the morning and go to skiing in the afternoon if they want to do that. Winter is sometimes can be very cold, for sure colder than Indonesian winter. But this can be also part of the experience, and this can be also why a reason of interest for Trento. Trento, as I said, is well known for the highest quality of life in Italy, and because it's one of the 10 smart cities, the smartest city, let's say, of the world. So it's as I said, it is not difficult to live here. Um, um, so the university is, I mean, I don't think that national or international rankings per se are the only things to see when someone have to decide where to go to study. I don't really believe in rankings, but once you can see that national and international rankings always say that your university is among the best, you think that maybe something is true. So, for example, our national ministry recognized the University of Trento as the first one in Italy for the scientific production, the first university for teaching, And so Il Sole 24 Ore, it's a financial newspapers every year producing a research, has granted the second place for research and, teaching to the University of Trento in Italy, and also another ranking produced by a research interest that Trento is the first among the medium-sized universities in Italy for the service for the students, the numbers of scholarship, internationalization, and I will say something more about that. But also the university buildings that are quite new. The same in the international rankings, we are not at the level of Oxford, Cambridge, MIT, and so on and so forth. No one university is on that level. But among we always are between the 400, let's say, best universities, accordingly to the QS World University Rankings. The Times Higher Education say that we are even better. So I mean, it's please don't believe that these rankings are perfect. I mean, but I just give you these numbers, I mean, to give you an idea of what the University of Trento is. The university is organized in 11 departments. The departments are what you call the faculty, I think. Is the place where research and teaching is done. We have also 3 centers, and the 3 centers are made by colleagues from different departments. So 3 centers are interdepartmental centers in a way, because they deliver interdepartmental teaching programs. We have different libraries, but what is also important is that we have one language center that it is very, very good for our students, but also for foreign students, because the courses of these language centers are almost free for them. And there are courses in the main European languages. Sometimes there is also Chinese and Russian language. And for sure, there are courses of Italian for foreigners. So it's, I think it's a very important center for our students and the university in general. The 11 departments are mainly offer a wide range of fields of study. So there is the Department of Biology, the several departments of engineering, economics, humanities, law, for sure, mathematics, physics, psychology, and cognitive science, and the department where I am, the sociology and social department. I am one of the members of this department of sociology and social research, but I teach political science, because all our courses, the department of sociology offer courses also and programs in political science. The 3 centers are the centers of agriculture, mind and brain sciences, and the School of International Studies. Just to show you some more pictures, this is the building of economics with a beautiful garden where the students can study during springtime and summer. This is humanities, the Faculty of Law building. This is my building. We have 4 different campuses. So we have a campus based in the downtown Trento, so in the very city center. So, for example, the Department of Sociology is I mean, 50 meters from the central square of the town. We have a campus we have 2 campuses up to the hill, just outside the city, particularly the Mesiano campus, where there is the Department of civil, environmental, and mechanical engineers. And we have also another campus up to the hill, the Povo campus, where there are physics, mathematics, and other kind of engineering, and the center for the department of biology. We have also another campus in a small town, 20 minutes from Trento, called Rovereto, and there are where the courses in psychology are offered, or there is the Center of Mind and Brain Sciences. And finally, there is a fourth campus, again, 20 minutes, but on the other side of the city, in the north, where there is the Center for Agriculture. Okay. I don't enter into many details, but I want just to show you how education is organized in Trento, and more in general in Italy. We offer bachelor's program, a 3 years bachelor programs. After these 3 years, the students normally go to work, or they have the opportunity to enroll to a master programs of 2 years. And if they want to still to study and to have a PhD and to start an academic career, they can apply to a 4 years PhD programs. This is the main street, the main road for the students. So 3 years BA, 2 years MA, 3 years PhD. For sure, we have many, we have several students enrolled in the BA, a bit less at the master program, a very few of them for the PhD programs. But we also offer 2 different other programs, what we call the first level master programs. So this is for students that doesn't want to go to a 2 years master program, and they want to have a specialization of 1 year. So we offer several of these kind of first level master program. If a student at the end of the second year doesn't want to go to work or doesn't want to go to a PhD program, he has the possibility to go to a second level master program, another level of specialization. Many of our courses, particularly at the MA level, are offered in English. In my department, for example, we offer a degree in English in sociology and social research. We offer also, we contribute to the master program in European and international studies, international security studies, and many other big data, data science programs, and so on and so forth. For sure, this doesn't want to say, I don't want to say that these are the only program in English, because even if the programs are in Italian, many of the courses are in English. So for example, at the MA level in my department, we offer a program in global and local studies that it is in Italian and in English. At the BA program, we don't offer entire program in English, just one, comparative European and international legal studies. But we have several courses taught in English, even if the general program is in Italian. So for example, we have, in my department, we have a BA program in international studies that it is taught in Italian and in English. And this allows us to move, to receive many students at the BA program from abroad. And this allows us to establish also double degree program. For example, in the the BA of International Studies have a double degree program with the Vietnamese university, the Hanoi University in the field of international studies. So our students, we received two students from Hanoi for 1 year, and one or two of our students go to Hanoi, and at the end of their program, they received two degrees, one an Italian degree and a Vietnamese degree in the field of international studies. So, and we are quite, I mean, I think we are the best universities for this kind of mobility agreement, these double degree agreements. And this can be an opportunity, I think, if we want to go further with our collaboration with your university. Okay, in general, our PhD are taught in English. Okay, but this is another level, a bit far from for the students. So I skip this part. Just to give you an introduction to the possibilities, I will share with you this PowerPoint presentation. So you will have the possibility to see the pictures and to read everything. But anyway, I think it can be interesting to spend some more words on the international, the opportunities for the international students. As the national and international rankings say, we are quite good in developing this kind of agreements. We are quite attractive. So the university has signed different kinds of agreements with university from many, with university from all over the world. Agreements with US, Canadian, or South American universities, and we are developing our relation with Asian universities because we are sure, we think that part of the world now is much more interesting for our students. US is good. I mean, it's a very good opportunity to go to study in the US. It's good for the students to spend 1 semester or 2 semesters, even more in other European universities. But we are willing to develop our relation with Asia and ASEAN universities. We have quite a good numbers of students going abroad, and we received many incoming students every year as part of the international programs. Much, as I said yesterday, maybe we compete with other Italian and European universities for the funds, for the mobility of the students. So our what we try is to develop are agreements in which the students can take advantage of some of scholarships offered by the European Union, by the European institutions. So we apply for different kinds of programs promoted by the European Union, like International Credit Mobility Program, like Erasmus program, Erasmus Mundus program, and so on and so forth. One important thing is that if we uh, we, in order to make the mobilities between your students and our students more easier, we should try to find a way to finance their mobility through these scholarship programs promoted by the European Union. Okay. Finally, let me say something maybe about Erasmus, just to give you an idea of what is now international mobility in Europe. Erasmus program, I don't know if you are familiar with Erasmus program, but it is a very, very important and very popular opportunity for our students, because our students can go to study in France, in Germany, wherever they want in Europe with a scholarship financed by the European Union. They can go there. They don't pay fees in that university. They can follow the courses, taking some grants, some credits, and when they come back, their credits are recognized by our university, and that they are part of their curriculum. So it's an incredible opportunity, and we have many applications each year for this kind of mobility. But these are not the only opportunities for students that want to come to the University of Trento. Even if there is no this kind of mobility opportunities, we do we really I mean invite application from foreign students. Just to give you an idea, if you go to the internet site of the university and you click on international students, you find all the programs we offer in English and the courses we offer in English, but you can find also information about the tuition fees and the scholarships. Tuition fees are zero for the very good students. So we don't ask the students any fee if when they apply, they are very good. If they succeed in our test, in our admission test, if they are very good, they don't pay fee. But even if they are, I mean, not so good, then the fee are not particularly high. As you can see, 1,000 euros, that it is not so much, I mean, according to the Italian standard. And we also offer scholarship. And here again, the scholarship are granted accordingly to the success of the students. The better are the results of the students, the less they pay in terms of fee, and the highest is the amount of the scholarship. So you can find here any information about the scholarship and about the fees and about the system of selection. So, and this is the way you students can enroll to the University of Trento, even without an institutional agreement between our university, if you want to follow one of our programs. Okay, I think I thought too much, um, but I stop here, and I'm waiting for your questions, and thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Marco. I think Trento is nice city, regions, and University of Trento provides good academic climate. I hope
Thank
the
you.
student and staff in here could expand their study to University of Trento. Okay, for the next, I will invite Pak Nur Faisal Ahmad. Are you there, Pak Nur
Okay,
Faisal Ahmad?
I'm here.
Okay. Okay, Pak Faisal Ahmad.
Okay, thank you, Mas Rizky.
Yeah.
A special thanks to Professor Marco because when I heard your explanation, I would like to go to Trento.
You
Okay,
are
thank you very
welcome.
much. Okay, thank you.
Please
Yes,
come.
yeah.
And to all participants, maybe quite different with that sophisticated explanation from Professor Marco. I do not have any materials, slides, and videos, but I try to explain about my institution, Ministry of Finance. Of course, as a central agencies, Ministry of Finance Indonesia has a big role because when we said about, let's say about budget, economic, Ministry of Finance will guard state budget, national economic in Indonesia. And of course, we are open institution. I mean that there's so many collaboration with universities. I mean that if you see that one of your professor, Professor Chandra, become expert staff for the minister. So I think that's a example how we open to many institutions, including universities. Of course, let's see the structure of our my ministry. Of course, we have minister and vice minister. And I would like to say all of you that our ministers, Ms. Indrawati, Sri Mulyani Indrawati is the best minister this year for Asian Pacific region. And her vice minister also from academician because Pak Suha actually scholar from Indonesian University. And I think that Indonesia sometimes Ministry of Finance sometimes change between graduates from professor from Indonesian University or from Gajah Mada University, and at the time from Indonesian University. Actually, I'm wait professor from Brawijaya become Minister of Finance for the next years. Maybe one of you become Minister of Finance in the future. And then if you see that when I discuss about the form of budget, you can see that there's from revenue side, expense side, and also financing side that represent 12 unit, echelon 1 under ministers. Of course, one, let's say, fiscal policy agency. When I said that in parliament discuss about macroeconomic indicators, this unit will create discuss about macroeconomic indicators, and this unit only it office only in Jakarta. Also do some studies about fiscal policy. So if you are interested to work or maybe to apprentice about fiscal policy, you can join or cooperate with this institution, fiscal policy agencies. And then the second one, of course, when we talk about budget, one unit who is responsible to prepare budget, to discuss budget with line ministries, and budget amendment and etc. is budget uh, Directorate General. So it's unit only in Jakarta. I mean, not all Eselon 1 has a regional office or has operational office. Yeah, only some of them has regional office, such as tax, DG Tax, DG Treasury, DG Custom and Size, and DG Asset Management. So the second one, DG Budget in Jakarta. It and then the third one, let's discuss about some institution who are responsible for revenue side. So it can be DG Tax, DG Custom and Size, and some part of DG Budget. So, like I said before, that DG Tax and DG Fiscal, DG Custom and Size not only had a headquarter in Jakarta, but also some regional office in many province, and of course in region and municipal concerning operational office as well. So if you, let's say, want to become employee of Ministry of Finance, particularly for DG Tax, DG Custom Excise, you can go around Indonesia because the office, let's say from Sabang to Merauke, and then from the northern part to southern part Indonesia, there's all office available. And another section about expenditure side. Of course, it will be responsible for DG Treasury. That's from my institution, and also DG Fiscal Balance. This DG Fiscal Balance will be part of in budgeting and also in execution. And then DG Asset Management. So it's like stage of budgeting as well. So after budget is acted, so many institution in treasury, asset management, and fiscal balance will do the budget in operational level. So DG Treasury has a headquarter in Jakarta, and like tax and custom excise has some regional office in all province, and some many operational office in each regions and municipalities. And then not only was that the technical unit, we also have supporting unit like, of course, Secretariat General. I mean that if you would like to make agreement of MOU between universities and Ministry of Finance in high level, you can go to this Secretary General. But if you would like to agreement only within Echelon 1, you can go to Division of Human Resources within the Echelon 1. Yeah. So there's two type, whether in Secretary General or maybe in each Echelon 1. And then the another supporting unit is training and training agency, because we have responsible to train all employee, including we have not only for technical level, but also we open from senior high level school, become get education for third years or fourth years, become before become a member of Ministry of Employee. That's all the structure of Ministry of Finance. We're free if you would like to start a collaboration program with Ministry of Finance. Even in my institution, I do cooperation with Brawijaya University because some of our employees study in Brawijaya University. And maybe some can also join like join research and etc. That's open opportunity, but it's only apprentice. Yeah, we can also support about this one, but you have to see whether in operational level or maybe in regional level, which is more coordinate what is done by operational office. It's better if you can do apprentice at headquarter. There will be like more analysis and more interesting if a student can apprentice at headquarter. But for the future, actually, because minister consider that IT become the main challenge, actually, in our strategy plan, we try to set negative growth of employee in Ministry of Finance. Of course, some of employee will retire, but we in the previous years we try to set the policy zero growth for employee. So some retired and then some number of people become a new employee. But in the current situation, we try to reduce the number of staff because we consider that IT can help us better. So that's why we need more analysis than, let's say, or maybe clerical or maybe let's do shifting our job from clerical to do more analytical level. And it is in line with the national policy to create functional analysis in all line ministries, including Ministry of Finance. And I also would like to state that Ministry of Finance is the best. When Professor Macro said that the best university to study, and I would like to say the best place to have a job in the government official. I think that's all from introduction from my point of view about Ministry of Finance. We are open university. Yes, there's so many kind of coordination, cooperation can be created between Ministry of Finance and university, including Brawijaya University. That's all. Thank you, Pak Rizky.
Thank you very much, Pak Nur Faisal Ahmad. Very interesting explanation. Point of view is Ministry of Finance is best place to get interesting job, maybe. Okay, thank you for very interesting talk. Now, if anyone has any question, I'm sure Marco Brunaso and Pak Nur Faisal will be pleased to answer them. Please, you could raise your hand or fill in the chat box or in Slido. For interactive discussion, the committee will ask you directly for your question order. Okay, many questions here, but I will only choose maybe 3 to 5 questions because time limit us. Okay, I will see in Slido. I will call Fandi Permana Putra. Are you there, Fandi? Fandi Permana Putra? Oh, okay. I will read it. Represent Fandi Permana Putra. My question to Mr. Marco. Can you give us some tips or maybe something good advice how we as an abroad student can apply to Trento University? Thank you.
Thank you. Uh, there are two possibilities to come to Trento. The first one is the possibility to come as a Trento student. So you have to enroll to one of our program, and if you are admitted, you become one of our students. Every year, around January, February, we published the requirements with the deadlines. So a call for the students that want to be enrolled in our programs. There is a special deadline for non-European students, non-EU, no EU students, so students coming, for example, from Indonesia. In general, this deadline is well in advance of the deadline for the European students, just because you need the students coming from Asia, for example, need a visa. So we need to have the time, and they need to have the time to apply also for the visa. Once the students come to Trento, they can take advantage of the services of our welcome office. So we have a special office for students from abroad, and they are in general hosted in one of the students' residency. So this is the general. I mean, the normal, let's say, the easiest application for you. So once you have finished your study, you want to come to Italy, you just apply to one of our program, and you become students of the University of Trento. The second option need to work on between our two universities, because we need to sign at least an agreement at the level of at least at the departmental level. So, for example, my department of Sociology and Social Research can sign a memorandum of understanding with the Faculty of Administrative Science, and this create a framework to move the students from our university in both sides. I mean, in both directions. This is a very basic agreement. So there is the possibility to come with a scholarship, but here again there is a competition between the students applying. So the University of Trento has a scholarship for the students that want to come to Trento in the framework of a memorandum of understanding agreement between two departments. But this is, I mean, it can be quite difficult to have a scholarship in this way. For sure, once a student has decided to come to Trento using this memorandum of understanding, he doesn't pay fees. He can follow the courses. He can gather credits. He can live in our university residency. So I mean, he has access to the canteen. So he is a real student. He lives like the other students. But I think if we want to go further and with the relations between our universities, and to have more opportunity for the students, we should apply for at least an international credit mobility program. International credit mobility allows 2-3 students and professors from Brawijaya University to come to Trento and vice versa. And these positions are fully financed by the European Union. But here again, it's quite, I mean, it's a European competition. So it's possible, maybe it's a bit, but it is quite complicated, and maybe it is not really useful for you students that you are already enrolled at the VA level. So maybe this is a good opportunity for you when you will go to the MA level. So we will have time to work on it, to succeed in our application, and so on and so forth.
Thank you, Marco. Maybe there are two questions more for Mr. Marco. First, I will call Regina. Are you there? Regina? Regina? Could you ask directly to Mr. Marco? Are you there? Okay, I think Regina could not ask directly. She has one question for you, Mr. Marco. In Trento University, is there a program for education? In University of Brawijaya, it's called Administration of Education or Educational Administration Program. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, there are program of education, but they are not called education program. And maybe they have just a bit different approach. In general, the program of education are offered by the Department of Cognitive Science, and not my department, the Department of Sociology. So it is possible, I mean, to follow one of these courses, but as I said, they are not called education. They are called Master in Cognitive Science, for example. There is a PhD program in education, but the PhD program, as I said, is a very, very competitive program. I think there are only 3 or 4 students enrolled per year out of more than 100 applications. So it's quite complicated, and it requires to have an MA, etc. So yes, there are we offer this kind of courses, but with a more psychologist, let's say, côté. We emphasize the psychology aspect more than the administrative aspect. This does not mean that it is not possible to come to follow courses related to different education issue and topics. Even in my department, education is more a very, let's say, horizontal topic. So, for example, we offer courses, not program, but courses in different issues related to education. For example, the organization of the educational system, or the impact of learning for the careers of people and opportunities of careers, and so on and so forth. So, so the question, my answer is yes, but it depends. So the house of the program of the topic can be different according to the interest of the student. Thank you for the question.
Well, I think I will call Nabila Hasna Aida. Are you there? Please ask directly to Mr. Marco. Nabila. Nabila Hasna Aida. Oh, I can unmute the mic. Oh yeah. Please, Nabila.
So I want to ask to Mr. Marco that if we were going to Toronto University, is the accommodation guaranteed? And how much do the students typically pay in rent? Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Nabila, for your question. Yes, for foreigners, for students coming from abroad, accommodation is guaranteed. We have several residencies, and new ones are. We are building new ones in order to accommodate all foreign students. And to be honest, sometimes this create quite some tensions, let's say, with the Italian students, because accommodation for Italian students is not guaranteed. So they say, why accommodation are offered to our foreign colleague and not to us? Because many foreign students come from one semester, and it is very difficult. I mean, it can be difficult for them to find an accommodation for 6 months. This is the answer. So, about the fees, accommodation, the accommodation of the university are quite. I mean, are less expensive than private accommodation. It's about, the fees are about, I think 150, 200 euros per month, all included. So it means energy, Wi-Fi, and so on and so forth. The students have to pay for their meal, but the accommodation offer the possibility. I mean, every accommodation has a kitchen, so the students can help himself, and you don't have necessarily to eat Italian food. So if you can bring your own food and cook, but please test also the Italian food. So no, this is why fellowship are important, because with the fellowship, it is possible to pay the fees for the accommodation. That it is not expensive. I mean, not really expensive for the Italian standard, but it can be quite expensive for people coming from other countries. So this is why I suggest to our institutions to work together for the creation of this kind of fellowships. I hope I have an answer to your question.
Is it enough, Nabila? Oh, okay. I think in Trento will be good idea to expand our study. Related to mostly of people in Indonesia are tifosi, Serie A Hugh Trent, some of them Juventini, Milanisti, Laziale, and many more. I think football is every day is football. Okay, for the next question, maybe I will. Oh, some question here for Pak Faisal. Uh, I will represent this question for Pak Faisal. For Pak Faisal, I'm sorry. Could you explain the possibility for getting phone next year, as you know that COVID-19 affect the economic in Indonesia?
Can you repeat the question, Mas Rizky? I'm sorry.
Okay. Could you explain the possibility of for getting fund next year, as you know that COVID-19 affected the economic in Indonesia?
I'm sorry, you mean a fund for universities or for students?
Maybe for student,
Okay, okay,
maybe related to subsidize the student.
okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you all. I don't know who asked about this question, but of course, like I said before, that government try to see the effectiveness of the program, to see the situation and condition. Of course, like subsidized for student is belong the program from Ministry of Education. Ministry of Education, minister as budget users, right? So, like I said before, that we try to segregate the role of CFO and COO. So, minister become Chief Operational Officer. He is responsible to achieve expected outcome for the programs. Is the process the expected process when we apply performance based budgeting. So of course, it's including what the expected outcome for student for universities, and I think this depend on in the future because minister announced about the concept of freedom studies, right? So actually, how to implement the concept of freedom studies in uh, pandemic or maybe after pandemic COVID or in new normal. But I think that when we already in normal situation, the subsidies will be reduced, right? Because it's the that we see uh, within the limitation of budget, we see which sector with priorities will be focused in the next following years. I don't know, maybe of course we will set allocation for universities, and also we see that in the current situation it's quite difficult to buy capital expenditure, but it can shift to subsidize. It will belong to that responsibility of minister to see which one will be practiced. Ministry of Finance will support what have been discussed, what have been evaluated by each line ministries. I think that's all. But I just want to say that there's probability that the subsidies will still what's that disbursed in next years, but also we will see the how we mitigate pandemic COVID in next years. But I said before that I think that in next following years still quite similar. We hope that vaccine has been founded, and then we try to cure, and then all everything can be normal again. But about the subsidies to student, yeah, I think maybe in the next year still there, but I don't know in the next two following years, because government try to reduce actually subsidize if people can afford to pay or maybe to something. Okay, that's my question, Mas Rizky.
Thank you very much, Pak Faisal. Maybe I will ask to Pak Faisal on behalf of my student. Many questions in here, but I will choose several. Does the Ministry of Finance still provide internship program, mainly in this pandemic situation?
Oh yeah, that's I think the problem. Mainly minister obey health protocol. Actually, try to reduce the number of staff who come to the office. Yeah. Even minister consider which area is red area, yellow area, or maybe a green area. So actually, in red area, only 15% of employee can attend the office. All work from home, right? So if internship in terms of yeah, maybe that's more effective if internship within in the office, right? It's still we can haven't find the best mechanism if internship is internship from his or her house, right? Maybe we still hold this scheme for this year, but we'll see for the next following years. Right? Okay, maybe that's my answer, Pak Rizky.
Okay, how about the recruitment, Pak
Yeah,
Faisal?
okay. That's the recommend. The I think in the next year we open a new recruitment, but I said before that maybe the number is not too much because government Ministry of Finance already state in our strategic plan to consider IT and etc. In because we apply integrated financial management information system. I think that's we think that we will be more efficient, effective, but we need people to analyze this. Yeah, so that's why a new job will still open, but maybe the number is not quite big than before. But of course, from some colleagues from custom and excise, they still need lower level. I don't know, maybe not bachelor degree, but maybe diploma 3, 4. Maybe sometimes custom excise need people to, let's say, to maintain K9, all right, dog in airport. So I think bachelor degree is too high for this position. So we still need the level, the lower level for some position. Okay, that's my answer, Mas Rizky.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Faisal. I think it's related to Marco. Many students ask a question about how the handle of pandemic in Trento. Maybe
Okay.
what is the real condition in
Yeah.
there?
Okay. Pandemic. It's a uh, to be honest, from this is also a political issue. From my point of view, we are not performing very well as territory. I mean, the public, the government of the province is not taking. I mean, the decisions I hoped. But anyway, in general, uh, we are not among the worst territory in Italy. And in general term, I would also say that it is confirmed by the reactions of the educational system. The schools and the universities last March, in particular, when Italy was locked down, reacted quite promptly to the challenge posed by pandemia. So, for example, on that spring semester, I was teaching 2 classes, and in less than 10 days, I was able to deliver my classes normally to the students via Zoom. And my story is the story of all our colleagues, and it is also the story of my children. For example, I have 2 children at the primary school, and even if they are very young, the professors offer to them what they need. I mean, to not to stop their classes they are learning. So I would say that, yeah, pandemia is a great challenge for us, but we are also trying to. I mean, we are facing it, I think, as university and as educational system quite well. For example, in this semester, um, even we are not anymore locked down, but in any case there are some limitations. But students of my department can come and can follow their classes in presence. So they are here physically here in the building for the time of their classes. For sure, pandemia, the coronavirus virus has stopped all kind of mobilities from abroad. Um, Students are now able to move in Europe, but but they are not able to go abroad, and many students from abroad are not able to come to Italy. So from outside Europe are not able to come to Italy. If they want to come, they have to spend 2 weeks in quarantine. So this is they need to struggle quite a lot to have a visa, and they should stay 14 days in quarantine. We are now waiting, for example, for 2 students coming from Vietnam in the framework of this agreement, of the double degree agreements I told you before. We hope there will be, we offer to them online teaching for this semester, but we hope they will be able to come next month. And we are organizing the 2 weeks quarantine for them uh, mm, in the university residence, with Italian students taking care of them, because 2 weeks are quite long. Isolated, to live in isolation. So I mean, so we are slowly trying to adapt to what Nur Faisal Ahmad yesterday called the new normal, hoping that the new normal will become an old normal in very few months. So thank you for the question.
Okay, thank you very much, Marco. Well, I think that the last question. I do not see any more question in my screen. So I will summarize this session into statement. First, please visit to Trento and expand your study at University of Trento. And the second is, please prepare yourself to join Ministry of Finance because Ministry of Finance is one of the best ministry in Indonesia. That's all. Thank you very much to Associate Prof. Marco Brunaso and Pak Nur Faisal Ahmad PhD for the time and valuable contribution at this session. Please give them virtual appreciation. Ladies and gentlemen, may I thank you for your active participation in this session. I hope you enjoyed the program, getting fresh and new insight about scholarship, internship, or other international activities. For all students, do not forget to fill the attendance list. Have a nice day. Please keep yourself healthy in this pandemic situation. See you soon in the real world. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much all.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Mas Rizky. Thank you, Professor Marco, Professor Amin.
Thank
See you
you.
all.
Thank you all.
Okay.
See you soon, Pak Amin, Pak Faisal, and
Okay.
Marco.
Thank you.
See you
Have a nice
tomorrow.
afternoon
Last day.
and a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Terus dekanat itu loh, dekanat terus teman-teman semua ini prodi jurusan kajur sekjur wes terus untuk anu ya gak apa-apa sampai itu prodi S2 diundang ya gak apa-apa terus dosen boleh anu boleh semua dosen dosen negara lah gitu